this is James. I'm feeding baby alligators, and they're really cute. And there they are, and they're going crazy for it. And it's raining on me, and we're gonna go on an airboat ride. And I'm having fun so far. And I'm holding a cute baby alligator right here. And it's super cute. And it's really colorful. And it's got some big eyes. And I think it got some big teeth.
Alligators are not chewing the pieces of chicken. They do not have molars to chew their food. Everything that the alligator eats, they swallow whole. The teeth of the alligator is mainly used for gripping down on their prey and crushing bones. And that is one of the reasons why we like to use chicken with the bones or drumsticks, because chicken bones are easier for the alligators to digest. There's nothing special about their digestive system, but they are cold-blooded animals, so the food will sit in their body a little bit longer. Just takes a little bit longer to digest, but they will fully digest the bones and everything. Chicken bones, not all bones. They can't digest certain bones. And then you're probably wondering, one small bucket of chicken, is that going to be enough to feed all of these alligators? It is definitely not. But because alligators are cold-blooded animals, they do not have to eat every single day like us. Alligators can go very long periods of time without food. When an alligator is full grown, out there in the wild, sometimes those alligators will go those very long periods of time without eating. They can shut their bodies down, slow down their metabolism, and if needed, they can go anywhere between 2 and 3 years without food when they're full grown. But not the alligators in here. That's going to be a wild alligator. And yes, it would be starving for sure. But they're going to stay alive. The way their body works, totally different from ours. Once a month, we'll do a big feeding. About 1,000 pounds of meat. We'll dump it, one big pile of meat here, one in the middle, one in the back for the alligators that don't make it to the front during the feeding shows. And we'll use all different kinds of meat: beef, chicken, pork, fish, farm-raised rats, and 1,000 pounds of meat once a month. That is more than enough to feed all of the alligators in this pond. One of the worst things that you can ever do to a wild alligator is feed a wild alligator. Alligators have a natural fear of man, but once you feed an alligator, they lose that fear. All it takes is one time. You feed an alligator out in the wild once. There we go. And now that alligator is going to start coming up to people looking for food all the time. It is also illegal to feed wild alligators, and when reported, Florida Fish and Wildlife authorities, they will remove those alligators from their habitat and even kill those alligators. For your safety and the safety of the wild alligators here in Florida, never feed a wild alligator. Being cold-blooded animals, they rely on the sun and the heat from the sun for their bodies to function and digest their food. Without proper heat and sunlight, the alligator will not survive. The more sun they get, the more energy the alligator is also going to have. Let's try this without getting mud all over me. There we go. Alligators can also jump around 2/3 of their body size in and out of water. And if you still have an airboat ride coming up, and hopefully the airboats will go out. But yeah, if an alligator jumps onto your airboat, the best thing to do is grab the person sitting next to you and throw them in front of you. I'm joking, guys. They're not going to bother you. You also never want to be in the water with an alligator. If you're in the water with an alligator, the only thing the alligator might see is just your little head above the water, and the alligator might mistake your tiny little head as a small bird, maybe a small duck or a small mammal. The alligator is going to approach you in the water. More than likely, the alligator is going to attack you, take you under the water, drown you, and once under the water, then the alligator is finally going to realize that it cannot swallow your full body. Alligators will never go after anything and try to eat it. Good catch. They'll never go after anything and try to eat it if they can see how big it is. And if an alligator knows that it cannot swallow something whole, not going to go after it and try to eat it. Human beings are not on the menu for alligators. Alligators are not known man-eaters like some crocodiles are. But yes, people have been attacked by alligators here in Florida. Being in the water or near the water with an alligator, your chances of getting attacked goes up a lot more. And if you're not from Florida, you want to go for a swim, you might want to stick to the pools or the beaches. Leave the lakes and the canals to the alligators. Anywhere in Florida where there is fresh water, there is a chance of an alligator living in that water. And if you have pets, you have a dog, you want to take your dog for a walk, do not take your dog for a walk next to the lakes and the canals here in Florida. Alligators cannot swallow their food under the water. They have to bring their heads out of the water in order to swallow what they're eating. If the alligator swallows too much water, the alligator can drown. So unlike us, they don't really drink water. They absorb the water through their skin to stay hydrated. So if they swallow too much water, the alligator can drown. Also, none of the alligators on this farm are used for commercial purposes. We do not harvest them for their meat, for the skin, nothing like that. All of our alligators are just for education and research purposes only. Around 50 years ago, when the farm first opened, they were using the alligators for that, but not anymore. Alligators became endangered in 1968. We became part of the effort to help bring the alligator population back to normal. Half of the baby alligators that were born here at one point, we were releasing them out into the Everglades. But not anymore. Alligators are fine. Their numbers are doing well. There's millions of alligators out there in Florida now. So the majority of the alligators that are born here, they're going to go to other places like this, just for education, research purposes, zoos, museums, other alligator farms like this, just for the attraction. So none of these alligators are going to be used for food or anything like that. The gator bites, they get that from somewhere else, not here. There was a big one right there. All right, that was my last piece of chicken, guys. My favorite part of the show. If there's anyone here that has any friends or family members that they do not like. All right, let's get rid of her. All right, here we go. No, okay. I'm joking. I want to thank you all for coming out. That does conclude my alligator feeding demonstration. If you enjoyed the show.
This is James. Check out my visit from the alligator farm. And they're eating chicken. And it's thousands of them. And they're super cool. And I'm going to go on an airboat ride, I hope. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe.